morning. I am pleased to share with the Bermuda public a summary of the 2013-2014 fiscal year budget estimate for the Ministry of Community and Cultural Development. The total allocation for this ministry is $86.4 million in current expenditure and a further $1.15 million in capital expenditure. In conjunction with our internal and external social partners, the Ministry of Community and Cultural Development plays a lead role in the social development of Bermuda. In particular, responding to the need to address serious social issues such as family dysfunction, economic hardship, and at-risk children and youth. The ministry has been expanded to include the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs, the Department of the Rent Commissioner, and has also assumed responsibility for the Bermuda Housing Corporation. It is hoped that these changes will create opportunities for synergistic action and collaboration, leading to more efficient and effective delivery of social services. The ministry is committed to fulfilling its crucial mandate, notwithstanding an extremely challenging economic climate. The ministry supports the principle of fairness and equity, and we are against discrimination of any form. We will strengthen Bermuda's commitment to human rights for all, prohibiting discrimination in employment, goods and services, and housing, and where possible, we will continue to support programs to protect the most vulnerable in the community. Our budget for the upcoming year is $86,409,399, representing a minimal increase of 1.3%, which is primarily attributed to a 49.1% increase in the grant provided to the Bermuda Housing Corporation. I will point out that the 7 other departments within the ministry have reduced their cash limits. Overall, there is a 3.19 across-the-board decrease in department budget allocations, which has been achieved through realignment of programs and by marginally decreasing the amount of grants, awards, and administration costs. I will point out that over the last 2 fiscal years, there have been changes made to the financial assistance legislation, which has resulted in assistance payouts that are less per person. This trend will continue for the upcoming fiscal year, and that this budget represents an accurate projection of the assistance needs based on our current data. The BHC grant of $8,199,000 is a 49% increase than the $5,500,000 that they received in 2012-2013. This increase includes the funding required to continue the Hustle Truck initiative and to meet the interest payments for the Grand Atlantic housing development. As with most ministries, we must do more with less. In that regard, 4 departments within the ministry decreased their budgets by 3.2%, namely the Department of Youth, Sport, and Recreation received a budget allocation of $11,661,852 as compared to their 2012-2013 amount of $12,052,848. The department's key funding amounts include grants to host major sporting events such as the NatWest Island Games in July 2013 and the International Cricket Council Pepsi World Cricket League Tournament in April-May 2013. The National Sports Center will receive an increased grant allocation of $1.25 million to contribute towards operational expenses, challenging the NSC to derive any shortfall through enhanced fundraising and or revenue creation schemes. $955,000 of this operating grant is targeted towards expenses associated with the new aquatic center. The Department of the Rent Commissioner's budget for 2013-2014 is $569,134, as opposed to $587,916 in 2012-2013. The Department of Community and Cultural Affairs 2013-2014 budget is $3,729,238, as opposed to $3,852,253 in 2012-2013. The fourth department with a 3.2% decrease in budget is the Department of Human Affairs. Their 2013-2014 allocation is $2,269,210, as opposed to $2,344,068 in 2012-2013. With regard to the Department of Financial Assistance, their 2013-2014 budget allocation is $39,476,342, a decrease of 0.9% over their 2012-2013 amount. Actual annual expenditures for that department from 2001 to 2012 show a general increasing trend in expenditures and the numbers of financial assistance clients. However, as previously pointed out, this year we will be continuing the trend of making changes to the eligibility requirements to ensure that those most in need get help, to make it more difficult to defraud the system, and to help and provide a way out for those in need. Statistics do show that the number of clients within the financial assistance program now stands at about 1,750 clients, the highest ever recorded since the program began. Historically, the combined number of applicants who are seniors and persons with disabilities have accounted for at least 2/3 of the overall financial assistance applicants. However, able-bodied unemployed persons and persons with low earnings now account for approximately 50% of all applicants. As this points out, it is imperative that we get our economy and our people working again. The biggest decrease in budget allocation is the ministry headquarters budget for 2013-2014, which is a 4.1% decrease over its 2012-2013 budget allocation. Lastly, for 2013-2014, the Department of Child and Family Services budget is $18,148,366. This important social services department, charged with the responsibility of preserving and protecting the best interests and social well-being of children, adolescents, adults, and family, achieved a budget reduction of 2.8%. We, at the Ministry of Community and Cultural Development, are doing our part within the framework of the sober reality of our current state of affairs of our island's finances. Thank you.
With the decrease in value of some of the grants that are mentioned in the portfolio, are you concerned there'll be more focus, more necessary, more focus on the need for financial assistance?
Well, I think it's a matter of rightly adjusting some of these. So a perfect example is that the rental values in the market have gone down marginally over the last couple of years, but there have been no adjustments made to the mandated amount. So as we adjust those based on current market values, that's an example of some of the savings that will be achieved, thus being able to help more people.
And any idea about the future of the Grand Atlantic Housing Project?
Yes, there will be an announcement very shortly on what we plan on doing and what the next steps are with Grand Atlantic. So expect to see that within the next week.
Minister, with the cuts to Department of Youth and Children Education, possibly what programs will have to sort of be cut, or will grant money to the National Sport Government budget be cut to accomplish the goal of the budget amendment?
That's a good question, Mr. Bays. And let me just say first of all that the grants and contributions for this budget year have been increased by almost $300,000. I think if you look at the net decrease in youth sport and recreation, it's come primarily at salaries and wages and removing unfilled positions, which actually do have to go into the budget cost, as well as decreasing some of the consultants in that area. So this has been administrative changes only.
I don't know if it's fair to ask you this question, because I really want to ask you about the Bermuda Day, which comes out of cultural affairs. The last time you were here, you were with your first conference, and Mrs. Douglas was here, and I inquired about the parade's review stand. It's a small thing, but is it your view that we will not now build another stand, but use one that's already available at Front Street?
Yes, that is a very good question, and let me put that to rest. The viewing stand will be at the flagpole where it has historically been. That is a net additional cost that we don't need.